guys, and welcome back to my channel Books with Natasa. Today I have a video inspired by one of my blog posts that I did last year, and I believe that this is my own creation, but in case someone else has already made it, I'm sorry, but many of you know that I have been in the army for almost a full year now, and one of my favorite songs is Spring Day from one of their older albums. And I started thinking about it, and I came up with a list of books that are perfect to read around the springtime. So let's get straight into the video. First book in this list of recommendations is Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the first book in the Lux series and one of my all-time favorite series ever. And I have to say, this gives me such a nostalgic feeling, even though I didn't read it when it first came out, but I read it like in last year, I believe, for the first time. So this book follows Katie Schwartz, who just moved in a small town in Colorado or Pennsylvania, one of those things, and with her mom, and her neighbor is a super hot, grumpy boy her age, and he has like this huge life-altering secret that he's actually an alien. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I can't stress this enough. This book totally worth it. It does such an amazing job at portraying aliens, and also Jennifer L. Armentrout writes angst and romance like no one else. She's just a queen, and I highly recommend reading this book because it has Demon Black, and there are 6 books in the series. Also, my all-time favorite character in the entire universe shows up in the series for the first time, and he makes such an impactful appearance that you're gonna love him. So please try this book. We have another one of my favorite series, and that is Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi, and this series has 6 books, I want to say. Unless you count the novellas, then we have at least 10 books. So this series is just amazing, and it follows Juliet, a 70-year-old girl who has been locked up in an insane asylum for as long as she can remember, and because stuff has happened into the world that have basically turned it into a dystopian sort of situation, and she has the power to kill whoever she touches. So that's why they have her locked up, because she accidentally killed someone. But all that is about to change when the Supreme Commander's son, Aaron Warner, makes a visit to the insane asylum to check up on her because he wants to use her powers. So that's all about I can say without any spoilers, but I promise you this series is so worth it, and I'm so happy that there are so many books in this series, and I hope there will be more in the future, at least 1 or 2 more, because I just can't get enough of this story. And I can stress it enough. Even if you don't enjoy the first book, I promise you it just keeps getting better and better. The second and third books are the best, I promise you. And I have to say, as someone who used to hate Warner, please give it a try. Next, we have another favorite series of mine, and the first book in that series is White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this book follows Layla, who is half demon and half warden, otherwise known as Gargoyle, and she can suck out someone's soul, but she tries not to do it because she hates her demon side. But all that is about to change when she meets a handsome, super hot, incredible, dangerous demon prince named Astaroth, otherwise known as Roth. They start spending time together, and and one thing leads to another, and they start to date, and it's perfection. I can't stress enough that you need to read this series. There are 3 books, not so many, and they are pretty short and super fast-paced, so it's super easy to get through. And I have to say, this is one of my all-time favorite trilogies. I just reread it so often. The second book isn't my favorite because there is a sort of love triangle going on, but quickly gets resolved and we get back on track. And what else? I have so many thoughts going through my head right now because I just love this series so much. There are so many angst scenes, like, and I mean, come on, Jennifer, let me throw rats that stuff and I eat it up. And just give it a try. This next series, many of you already know it, and that is the Corpse on the Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. And the first book is a retelling from Beauty and the Beast, and we follow Farah Acheron, and she has spent her family has been super poor, so she had to go out into the woods to hunt, and she ends up killing a fairy, and then someone breaks down her door and takes her as basically a hostage to live with him in Prithian for the rest of her life. So she goes to the Spring Court and she lives with Tamlin and meets so many other people and creatures, and then she finds out that there is a curse going on and she tries to break it because she just can't handle all these people being super miserable in the reign of Aramantha. So that's about it that I can say without spoiling, but many of you already know the story and you know that the first book has nothing on the rest of the series, so and that is coming from experience. I mean, I read the first book and I gave it like 3 stars and I don't regret my decision, and for the longest time I was so close to not picking up A Court of Mist and Fury, and many of you know that this is one of my all-time favorite books now. I have read it like more than 7 times already, and you just need to be patient and just grip the small scenes in the first book where Risen shows up, because those are also perfection. The second book is just so much more amazing and it's a whole different level. It's a masterpiece. So give this series a chance if you haven't yet. The next one has been a staple in the book community for as long as I have been here and long before me, and that is the Vampire Academy series by Rachel Mead. This book follows Rose Hathaway, who is a vampire, and she's like a protector to the Moroi, which is like a role vampire, so to speak, and she and her best friend Lisa, who is in line to be queen, have run away from the school that used to keep them safe because some stuff happened and they didn't trust anyone. But then the Guardians went and got them back, so they are back in class and all that. And Rose develops feelings for one of her teachers, and it's perfection. And we have some other stuff like happening that I can really say, but this series isn't the best in writing, in the writing section, but if you just can get past the writing and just focus only on the story, you're going to love it. For the longest time, I have been a huge fan of the Vampire Academy series. I thought nothing could top it, and I haven't picked up Bloodlines, and I did later last year, and I have to say I have changed my mind now because Bloodlines is a whole different level, but still the series is like a lot higher at stakes when it comes to the love between the characters, while Bloodlines is more normalized, so to speak. Next, we have The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefwater. In the first book, the Raven Boys follows Blue, a girl who comes from a family of psychics, but she has no powers herself, except when it comes to one prophecy about her that she will kiss the first boy she will kiss. He will also die because he is her true love, and she has lived with her prophecy for as long as she can remember, and that all changes when she meets Adam, Ganji, Ronan. I'm hoping I don't forget anyone because it's been a while since I read these books, but these books are like, I haven't read anything like it for ever. They have this incredible story, and I can't really explain it. It just it has this emotion journey, but it also has incredible plot. The first book isn't absolutely the best. This is a 4.5 star series, but still my favorite book is the third book, but many people love the second book. And there is a spin-off. There are in this series we have 4 books: the Raven Boys, the Dream Thieves, the Lily Blue, and the Raven King. The final book sort of like goes downhill from all the rest one in quality wise, but still it was fun and really good. Finally, we have Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and we have 4 volumes out so far with this one. And this one is just a fluffy, cute romance in a comic performance, let's say that. And we have Charlie, who is openly gay for a while, and he has been bullied for a long time, and now he meets Nick Nelson, who is like a super famous kid, and actually super nice, and they start spending time together, and then they start dating on the down low because Nick isn't out yet, but then they start coming out to their friends, family, etc. And it's just such a light, fun story, and many of you have already seen the Netflix TV show, and this one, the books are actually quite better because they have like this light atmosphere to them that the show doesn't have to 100% level. So that's it for my video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and stick around for more. All the links for my account will be down below, and I will see you for my next video very soon. Bye!